What's up, guys? Josh here. Today was a topic that I was kind of, tossing, turning whether or not I should discuss this or not. But I decided to discuss it anyway and see if, you guys would like to see this video. And, this is a car that's interesting due to the fact that, it brings nostalgia to older people. And I don't know, how much younger people really like this car, but it is something definitely interesting, with reasons I'm about to get into. So anyway, this car is the Volkswagen Golf R. Now, the Volkswagen Golf R is basically like a hatchback vehicle, and it's a car that's been around, bringing nostalgia, and it has really interesting driving characteristics too. This car, like I said, is mainly aimed towards, older folks. Like I said, this car is mainly aimed towards older folks who want a fun to drive experience, but not anything crazy, like sliding all over the place and things like that, doing crazy stuff, Be like, what? This car's too fast. It is way too fast. Kind of sound like Peter Griffin there, but yeah, it's kind of a funny skit I just thought of as I was recording and talking, but yeah, it's funny, to me at least. I'm sure you guys will find it funny too. Now, this car was tested, the European version was tested at the Detroit track, and it seemed to get pretty good results. Experience seemed to go well from what I read, and this car is expected to arrive in the fall, so I'm gonna have to wait till like September, October, probably like October, November, but this car still has a turbocharged 2.0 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. Volkswagen, takes the software and the moving bits similar to a Honda Civic Type R, which has 315 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Now that is one beast of a Civic. They pretty much only like something 400 horsepower and up could beat something like that. But most of the four turbos are reported to feel like they've been tuned by Michael Bay. Maybe they were tuned kind of the way when he built Transformers. I don't know, but that's a line that someone used, and I guess Michael Bay, has had an interest in cars, come as a surprise to me, and I never knew that, so that's why I'm acting very surprised toward that. But anyway, the 4th gen EA888 in linear and refined at its work, even at its peak. This vehicle, you can engage launch control and the optional 7-speed dual clutch automatic slips a clutch through first gear rather than slamming shut in the axle shaft we're accustomed to from all other all-wheel drive vehicles. So basically what that means is, what I think it means, it just, smoothly goes through first gear. It just doesn't, like, jolt you in the seat, you just, like, whip past first gear and a gunshot, like the exhaust, when they make that, that shooting noise, like, pop, pop, it sounds like there was, like, a gunshot somewhere, but, yeah, so that's what I think they mean by that. This is a custom to and from all other all-wheel drive vehicles, so it's something that's carried over into the all-wheel drive vehicles of Volkswagen. So the transmission is reported to flick through gears at an apparent furious rate. So what that means is you go first, second, third, and fourth. And from what they're trying to say is like at a smooth pace, not like just getting the seat like an airplane. You just like are ridiculously like pinned to your seat because you're taking off so fast like an airplane. And the automatic equipped version is expected to do 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. So this car is like, it's not, all fast and furious. It doesn't handle like crazy, you're not supposed to be like pinned around in the seat in the car. But it's supposed to be a fast vehicle. 0 to 60 in just like essentially 4 seconds. The R button, which is like the rest button on the steering wheel, is supposed to bring like different like driving mode functions. I'm not sure which ones they are, but It's the, the driving modes that normally come with Volkswagen. So like pretty much like sport, maybe manual or something like that. You can use the paddle shifters and just like probably like like regular, like in any car, like sport, track, eco. So it's supposed to be like on the center display, meaning like where the speedometer and the rev counter is. So it's going to be right in there, right in the center, right in between, which is a really nice feature, for people, like don't want to like have to like look around. It's just right in the middle, right smack in the middle for you. And yeah, so that's a plus on Volkswagen's part. The R package is going to be standard in the US. Pack Rs, can handle on the Nürburgring better by sharpening the throttle response time. So press the gas pedal, it really responds pretty good. So that's another plus on Volkswagen's part. Livening up the transmission. That means like give purpose, give spirit, make it perform the way it's supposed to. And really, that seems really good so far on Volkswagen's part. And I also heard about a dialing in the 15 position electronic control dampers. So that would mean it would be like a control. It would be like a map controlled adjustment. Like it would use like a GPS or especially like a compass. Like a lot of cars these days, pretty much every car comes with like a compass and tells you what way you're facing, whether it's north, south, east or west, or southwest, northwest, northeast, southeast. But yeah, you get the picture. So it's a map controlled adjustment of the damper settings, which is supposed to provide an extra comfortable ride. It's supposed to be smooth and like not ride hard at all. Not like you're going Baja. Not that you would go Baja with this thing, but it'd be kind of stupid for going Baja and something that is not meant for that. Damage it, or it just doesn't work out for you. You end up getting stuck. But it's supposed to improve the ride comfort, driver safety, and improve handling while driving on looser surfaces. So like on the road or any type of tar pavement, which is a road. Roads are made out of tar. The dampers are supposed to help better handling that. So that is a plus. So this particular car is best for going through like tight turns and curves and things like that. And it's compared to basically a Porsche 718 Cayman, but with the back seat. That is something, I'm feeling that this car is going to be successful in its own way, which I think every car, has a unique way of being successful, because it all comes down to preference. So it's all products, whether it be cars, food, drinks, whatever, clothes, whatever you want to look for. Everything looks and feels different, basically. Yeah. So the steering is reported to have a quick response. So when you steer, it's supposed to respond automatically. It's not even supposed to hesitate, which vehicles in this day and age should not hesitate for any reason. But it seems like some, compared to from back then to today, would have a little more slack in the steering than today's cars. But it's improvement in technology and time and all that sort. And with that, the firm brake pedal works the 14.1-inch cross-drilled front rotors with precision. So that would mean that it's not supposed to beat on the rotors too hard. It's supposed to, I guess provide like a good comfort friction, giving you the braking that you want, but not wearing them out completely. That's just when I'm speculating based off of what they're saying. And this new all-wheel drive system abandons the previous model center coupling for a pair of electronic controlled clustered packs, each deviated to one of the rear axle half shafts. So that would mean they've abandoned the old way of doing it and they have a newer way of doing it. So I don't really know what that means, so let me know in the comments section. This vehicle can shuffle the left-right torque distribution to aid rotation. So basically when the vehicle moves, it's kind of like, I would say, the torque, it makes it concentrate more so on the wheels to prevent it from like drifting very easily. This car seems to be like an anti-drifting car from what I'm finding out. So, that is really interesting because, just about every car guy wants their car to drift, through a corner. Who doesn't want to see, smoke come up from the tires and whatnot, from a cool drift around a corner, like your Ricky Bobby or Mario Andretti or whoever. But, yeah, so when drift mode is on the system, it delivers all the power to the outside tires in turns, which would make it handle better through corners. Like I was saying, with it, the torque making the tires handle better through the corners and making them not lose traction so easily. So the traction system on this car seems to be really good. And with that, it is reported to not expect power slides. So I was saying, this car is like anti-drift, so there you go. This car is capable of routing 50% of the engine's grunt to the axles. The grunt would mean like the vibration. It would, like send half the noise to, the axle ratio of the car. So it has something probably to do with making the car handle better. Ultimately, for those who are more interested in speed, precision, and refinement, this is ultimately the car for you. So 0 to 60 in like 4.3 seconds. That is like someday, like that's gonna be slow. 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. That ain't fast, man. My car can do 0 to 60 in 1 second. So, another thing, these cars are not cheap. So, if you like everything that I mentioned, this is the right hatch for you. And this car is going to come at a price of $44,640. So, it is not pocket change. So, these cars used to be a little cheaper back then, but they're now more expensive. So, I don't sense somebody that likes to drive a Hellcat driving a Golf R anytime soon. It's probably a more refined feel. It's probably where they minus out all the feel of driving the car, and you just don't really feel the intense, handling of the car so much. But along with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on one of my videos. And along with that, I'll see you next time.